better than a crown. How is it that I, a separate, mainly free man, feel so acutely the pain of others I have not met? Others whose circumstances have never touched mine, who, if I were put in a room with them, would likely not find a notable commonality. But wait. Isn't it enough that we share the mobility of going about on 2 legs, or the dexterity of thumb and fingers? Isn't it enough that in our heritage we find the guidance of good men and saintly women? Or that we share the convention of blue skies, the unfeathered genius of thunderstorms, and the unfathomed context of star-littered nights? Isn't it enough that we all protect our children, avoid pain, suffer grief, and die unfinished? Are we uniquely alone? That is the question. For if we are born from darkness and return to it, if this life is not a passage among passages, if matter begets nothing but nothingness, and consequence and shame are but fictions, then our noxious selfishness might find some justification as a cry against a universe that could toss us into a world and then retrieve us before it was possible to know the Eden of complete selfhood. Has it really come to this? Freely elected dictators? Women and children killed so that a stupid man can call a patch of land by a different name? Has our long march from jawless fish to apes to the pinnacle of reason and consideration been only that we may use this intellect as an addition to our predatory arsenal? That we may kill, not for the benefit of subsistence and life, but for broken ideas, a greed so monstrous that it cannot be tagged as human, and a lust for power so depraved that to call it animal dishonors the beast in our jungles and forests. Maybe Donne was not entirely wrong when he compared mankind to a continent and the loss of a man to a clod washed away by the sea. Continent, nation, city, man, woman. Somehow the individual has become lost in the numbers. This many unemployed, this many with black skin, brown skin, or white skin, this many homeless or dead from fires, hurricanes, floods, or poverty. 4 centuries have taught us little about ourselves and less about our neighbors, and what little we know we are ready to set aside when profit is at stake. Misery follows us, echoes every hour in our ears, until it becomes vital that we find good reasons to put one foot in front of the other. These days, men are a commodity, so debased by overproduction that the value of the special faculties that distinguish us from our pets mean nothing. These days, the victims are too numerous and far-flung to eulogize one by one. And the silver urns and copper bells that once marked our passing are melted down to enrich the billionaire's coffers. Now, whether this feeling of compassion of which I speak be genuine conscience, or whether it be some craven anxiety about my future, I know not for certain. I am not a prince with a wide influence and the means to effect a change, nor a visionary of where men will spend their money. But whatever the cause of this empathic gene, I stand by it as something like a seed that promises germination and light. It becomes us better than silk or fine cotton, better than trinkets, better than a crown. I want to become more than myself because myself is a petty thing, and love is not love until I step from myself. There is a sublime universe outside me that exists not only in the galaxies that dot our nights, but also in the faces of the men and women I see every day.